Go Bills.
Here, what's going on, Bills Mafia? Welcome back to Mafia Talk. It's your boy Julian J. Mafia, and unfortunately, Big Cuz not with us tonight. He's on vacation. I believe he's going to California. So, wish him the best for him, a fun and safe travel, and yeah, man, enjoy that weather out there. Because I mean, we all know yesterday on Halloween, we all got a little bit of snow. A couple of our cars got frosted over. I know a lot of people woke up in the morning. It wasn't ready to bring out that old snow brush and start scraping off the old windshields and stuff like that. But nonetheless, it's Buffalo. Weather is upon us. Halloween is over. We're moving on to Thanksgiving. Everybody's taking down their Halloween decorations and putting up their Christmas decorations as they should. Um, but nonetheless, Buffalo Bills, we beat the Buccaneers last week, Thursday. I know we got ourselves a little bye, which we is well earned, well deserved, and well needed. Because we got the Bengals coming up this Sunday. Bengals been playing great football. Got a rematch from our playoff match from last year that kind of was terrible. We all know what's going on. Everybody claim excuses, but I mean, at the end of the day, and at the end of the year, the Bills suffered more than what any team should have to go through in a year. When it started from the top shooting, that's why I keep all 10 of the Angels right there in the corner for us every show. They're always with us, and they always stay with us in our hearts. But yeah, with that, and then in the storm, two storms, no storms that I believe we lost a total of 50 people. All the injuries we went through, Trey, Vaughn, Hamlin, of course. So a lot we went through last year. But nonetheless, it's a new season, new year, and we got the Bengals coming up for week 9. I'm going to dive a little bit more into that later on into the show. I want to just get through the Buccaneers game, which was a hell of a game. Our team definitely bounced back. I know it came down to a Hail Mary, and everybody could say this and that a third, hold another holding. We got saved by the refs. Again, we should be 5-3, honestly, if refs made those calls. But nonetheless, shit, I'm gonna take a 5-3 record any day. Let me just send this out so we get the Bills Mafia up in this room and have a popping show, man. Like I said, man, it's just me tonight because it's on vacation. So we gonna rock out. Anybody want to jump on the show, please hit me up. Nothing but love, man. I take everybody, even if you're not a Bills Mafia fan. You still more than welcome, man. It's all love, talk your shit. And we gonna get straight into it. But before we dive into the Bills, I want to touch on the Sabres real quick. Right now, it is 2-2 against the Philadelphia Flyers. Our boys are playing real good past couple games. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen had a shutout last game when we was wearing our go-heads, our all-black go-head jerseys. And we was playing phenomenal, 4-0. Our boys are flying, making plays, scoring goals. I love it. This game, I mean, we're still on that type of flow. We're attacking the net. We're maintaining the puck. These boys are to develop the play. But one thing, a biggest thing I got to say about the Sabres now is that we have to play a cleaner game. We're getting way too many penalties, especially when we play the Avalanche. Too many penalties. We had like 5 penalties. Good thing on our PK, we was able to stop them and not allow a goal and let Luukkonen get his first shutout of his NHLC career. But we still got to play some clean hockey. Stop accumulating so many penalties and giving the other team opportunities. Right now it's 2-2. Luke let in 2 tip goals. One of them was on his own player. My brother Jonathan, as always, nothing but love. Appreciate you jumping in the chat. Hope everything's going on with your situation over there. But yeah, Sabres they're playing good hockey, man. We just gotta capitalize on that. We're a little behind on goaltending because I know Devin Levi is hurt and Comrie went down like 2-3 games ago. So right now we only got Luke, but he's playing good. Like I said, shutout last game. 2 tip passes, or 2 deflections, which I really wish he was able to make a block or defend on that. But I mean, nonetheless, it's still 2-2. We got our boys backing them up and stacking them goals. But other than that, yeah, that's just the same side of things. You know, the side chick we gotta touch base on, man. Good season. To talk about it, I don't know, man. Hopefully, it's a playoff run. If not, man, we still got to continue to build and grow on this team, man. We got a young team, real talented. So let's get these dubs stacked up so we can make a nice playoff run. Right back to the Bills. Like I said, with that Buccaneers game, man, it was a great game. The Bills answered our prayers and they listened to the Bills Mafia. Everybody wanted them to get back to them old selves, and the Bills are back. Are they back? I mean, it was only for one game, and then we got a real test coming up on this Sunday. So we'll see how back the Bills are compared to how they're talking to the Bengals, how they're back. Because the Bengals had also started the season with a 1-3 record. But now they kind of turned things around, and they went on the 3-game winning streak with 30 points scored in the last 2 games. So looking like the Bengals are back. Joe Burrow, I watched them last Sunday. That's why I like to have non-Bills to not play on Sunday because I can actually watch the rest of football and all the teams and how they're playing, and that's what I did. You got the red zone playing, and you're watching all the different type of games being played, and I definitely was paying attention to the Bengals, and they're playing solid. Run game's on point. Joe Burrow getting a little loose. He got about 50, 60 yards if I'm not mistaken rushing. He's making great passes. He's getting down the field. Just typical Joe Burrow shit. So it's definitely going to be not worried, but it's definitely going to be a game, man. Josh Allen got to come out slinging. No mistakes. We got to get back to our identity. What's up, mamas? I make a debut to the show. Say what's up, mamas. Say, hey. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go. But me and this little one was going crazy for the game. We got the big dub, right, mamas? Hi. But yeah. But Bills definitely got back to their old ways. They listened to the fans and they aired the ball out. Can you go back upstairs, please? They aired the ball out. Josh Allen got his legs back. He started running the ball around like we wanted to. We took in the legs away from Josh Allen. That's one of his biggest weapons. Yes, phenomenal arm. He's a great quarterback. But at the end of the day, when you take away Josh Allen's legs, he can't be that elite quarterback that we all know and love. Now, when he starts running the ball, getting ball upfield, making plays, and like I've been saying and like Josh's been saying, he has to get that one hit in to really get into the game. And that's what happens, man. Once you get him start running the ball, stop playing conservative, that dink and dunk 2-3 yard passes and only running the ball. Yes, our run game has been successful. James Cook, great, having a good season. Latavius Murray, he's getting those hard yards that we need, getting up the hole. But at the end of the day, it's still not better than Josh Allen's run game. So I like to see the Bills to get back to the old ways. Like air it out, spread the field out. We got Kincaid out there balling. We got Shakir balling. We got Gabe Davis back. Come on now. We all been talking about my man been missing. MIA, missing in action, man. He was on a couple milk cartons. It was at a grocery store, and I said, Gabe Davis missing. Where is he at? But no, he definitely off the rip. First drive, first quarter. Josh Allen was hitting Davis, and it was beautiful. It was marching down the field. Even though that first drive ended in the field goal, I was still happy. I wasn't upset. We got to keep that pace going. We got to the no huddle offense. We got to keep the pressure, keep them guessing. And like I said, once you get Josh Allen running more often, then teams have to second guess. Like, oh, Josh Allen's getting loose. Let me step up, and it'll open up more plays downfield. I got my notes over here for the Bucks game. Yeah, first drive, great. They're marching it down the field. Bills got to themselves. Gabe Davis getting fed, and but yeah, second drive. We did get stopped at the red zone, and I'm pretty sure that's the main reason why the Bills went out to grab Latavius Murray. Not Latavius Murray, Leonard Fournette. And I seen him in practice. I thought he was a linebacker. I'm like, who the hell's number 5, big ass? That's Latavius. I keep saying Latavius. Leonard Fournette. And we brought him in to get down on those red zone drives. So punch it up the middle to get those guaranteed 2-3 yards instead of having to use Josh Allen on the little brotherly shove is what the Eagles call them. So nonetheless, I got my brother Harry Burgos in the building. Let's go big week. I got him in his lobby right now. Let's get him in the show real quick. Harry, how we feeling tonight, dog?
Brother? What's going on?
Chilling, man. Feeling real good. We got a big game coming up against the Bengals. But let's cap off the Bucks game. But before we go that, shout out to my big dog over here, Big Buffalo. He real heavy in this game and shit, just like my other man's backwood Bob. So fuck with my man's Bucket Gaming over here. Madden nasty, Call of Duty nasty. So go ahead and hit my man's up, man. We also got Hefe bossed up in the building as always. Nothing but love, always there faithfully, my brother.
Oh yeah, we gotta have another conversation, man. Them Steelers, man.
Oh,
we gotta have a conversation about that, man. Sometime.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Josh has to play without thinking, and I really feel like that's one of his downfalls is when he starts to think too much and start second guessing. Just let him play. At the end of the day, I know he's a quarterback, he's our franchise player, but at the end of the day, he is a football player. He said it multiple times. At the end of the day, he's not just a quarterback, he's a football player. And let him ball out. Let him get in the zone. Let him do what he needs to do. So let me pass the mic over to you, Harry. Your general view on the Buccaneers game.
Exactly what I predicted. I didn't get to on, but I thought that us being 2 tight ends down in that game, I thought that we were gonna have to spread the ball out. We didn't have much of a choice. So I think that at the end of the day, we opened up another bag, and I think that one big thing that I liked is that it looked like one person was calling the plays, and I feel like it was Dorsey, man. I feel like Dorsey was calling those plays. It was something in his strength, stretching the ball out, and Gabe Davis showed up, man. So I like that. I like Shakir. I knew Shakir had the ability to play the slot. I feel like he doesn't get the looks. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the comfort, maybe it was the scheme, maybe it was him not knowing certain plays, not being comfortable with the staff. But honestly, I just think that that's their niche. That's their identity. They don't have to force a run game. I think that 15, 18 carries for Cook is something good for the offense. And whenever you're in the goal line, though, man, one thing I took away was you gotta get understand.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta score. It's the only takeaway I take. Defense did pretty well. I did watch the end of the game, so I did hear that up toward the end, and I need to get more clarity on that because I didn't watch the end of the game, and I still haven't even watched the highlights. Being busy all week, man. So,
right. But go ahead.
I got really nothing to complain about, man. We look fine now.
Thank you. Yeah, one thing that you said I want to touch on real quick is that our tight end situation. And no disrespect to Dawson Knox, we all love him, but him getting that wrist injury was kind of the best thing that happened to us.
It was the biggest blessing. Yep.
Because we also was like, we don't want to disrespect Dawson Knox and just kind of hand his snaps over to the rookie tight end. But, I mean, after drafting him, everybody was kind of already saying, and I was one of them that, damn, I wish we would have never paid Dawson Knox. But unfortunately, he's already got paid, and he's going to be with us for like 2-3 years. So unless I'm not too familiar with his contract. I don't know if we got some ways where we can get out of it at some point in time. But no, I definitely like that Kincaid was able to flourish the way he needed to. He needed to be the only tight end so he can get the looks that he needs to so he can ball out the way he wants to ball out. And these past 2 games, I mean, he's been shining. He's getting fed and he's making plays, especially his touchdown play. Beautiful. He got open to the open space, looked at Josh Allen. Josh Allen got out the pocket, hit him right
Yeah.
up the field for a touchdown. He had another beautiful route with his tip tap toe towards the sideline. Amazing. And honestly, I don't think Gabe Davis makes not Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox. I don't think he makes that play in any facet where I don't
Nah.
see Dawson Knox running a route that crisp and losing what all pro Levante David. Like he did that on an all pro player. He
Yeah.
ran like he was doing out route, then
Yeah.
cut back up. Adam Silly and Josh tossed it up
Oh, okay.
and
Now let's go like this. Okay. Sweet.
positioning, get his hands up and get down. And phenomenal play by the rookie. And he's definitely showing flashes and signs that he's going to take Dawson Knox's spot. And well, I'm not sure if he's going to come back this season. I mean, he's wrist surgery, but you are a tight end. You have to block. You have to catch. That's just your job. That's not a thing where they can, like your lineman, and they could just, or a defensive back, and they could just wrap your hand in the club and you can go out there. Like, no, we need.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that route. I probably get Quentin Morris back. Once he's back, I mean, you got the 21 right there. But honestly, that's not the niche, man. Like, just keep it going with Dalton Kincaid, and just keep his reps the same way that they are, man. To be honest, there's no science to it. I think you overcomplicate it a little bit with adding more and more weapons. I think that what we got right now is perfect, and as long as the chemistry's there, we got everything, bro. Shakir is just fine. He could blossom just like I want to say I compare him a lot to like Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know, from the Lions, he's got that same type of athleticism. He's strong. Like he literally looks like a clone, but a bulkier clone of St. Brown, man. Those guys are no joke in the league right now. So if he gets the looks, he almost had 100, man. So I think that getting those looks and spread, I think he'll be just fine. Surprising. I mean, I wasn't really surprised with Diggs' numbers, but they are going to be what they're going to be when you're spreading the ball out. But he has to be okay with it. There's no side, like there's nothing behind it. It's just he has to be okay with it. He's got to be okay with putting up 50, 60 yards a game as long as they're winning. Right. I don't give a crap, dude. As long as they're winning games, that's what matters. Right now, you know, we'll find ourselves in a numbers game because we're 5-3. So we're finding ourselves in a numbers game now where we have to sort of, you know, depend on Miami losing one game, and then we have to then be tied for first, and that's never a good thing to be, especially when you got the Bengals coming up on Sunday as hot as they've been.
And that's 3 AFC losses too, so
yeah,
they're definitely in the standings.
Yeah, notable games. I mean, we can go into that deeper, but right now, I mean, I'm gonna stay focused with the takeaways. Though I think the takeaway that I took was they found their identity in the offense, and I mean, I know we're probably gonna get into the defense when they. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into that defensive trade that we just got.
About to go through trade deadline right after this Bucks game, but yeah, remember who the fuck they were. They definitely got away from themselves. They tried to do something because they wasn't successful in that asset where they wanted a better run game. They wanted Josh to run less. They wanted a more under center and more dink and dunk because they didn't have none of that. So they felt like, oh, let's force that and we're going to become more successful, when that definitely was our downfall. Like, I remember vividly the Seahawks game we had like 2 years ago where we only ran it like 5 times the entire game to a running back. Like Singletary only had like 5 handoffs or whatever total to running backs. And the rest of the game, it was like 45 tosses. And we dominated. And that is our game. We air the ball out. Spread the field out. Get 4 receivers with one of them Kincaid. Maybe get a running back to chip block or not. Who cares? Josh Allen, let him in the shotgun empty and let him dissect the defense. Let him make the play. And you see what happened.
He's a backyard thrower. He's a backyard football thrower. And when you spread it out and you give him so many options to throw, man, it's not no way that he can't succeed. And so I think that one tight end is all we really needed in the offense, man, to be honest.
And that's what my brother right here, John, just said, that we got away from. We try to force this 12-man set when that's not us. We're not a two tight end type formation. We are a spread formation. We go empty. We go shotgun. We sometimes we'll go under center, but
You
rarely.
even saw the tight end pitch, man. You saw that. You saw that tight end inside pitch, man. I like that. I like the
Yeah.
creativity we can get with Kincaid, and I feel like they're too afraid to run that with a Knox. So
Yeah.
having
He's
Kincaid
not
in there, they got to let some things out the bag and see if it works. And honestly, I think
right.
it will work down the stretch.
And real quick on John's question, yeah, Sean McDermott does have too much to handle because he has his hands in too much. Like as a head coach, you're supposed to just oversee, like let everybody do their job, and you kind of make that final call instead of like you being so worried about the defense because there's no defense coordinator. You are the defense coordinator, and then you're still the head coach. And then now, from what they say, even back then to the Brian Dable days, that you got your foot too much into the offense. When I remember listening to WGR and one of the commentators, the national media, whatever, he said, I mean, he's a head coach. He's supposed to have his foot in everything. He's the head coach of the team and this and that third, which yeah, I do agree, but I mean, let the offensive coordinator do his job. But I mean, who knows? We're just fans and we just speculate. But I definitely like the defense coming in. We're still that bend don't break defense mentality. It just sucks because we're so behind on with the injuries and we got so many players. So with that being said, let's jump into our trade deadline. Which I don't know how you feel about the trade deadline, Harry.
I feel like we got what we needed, but I feel like we could have gotten more. Like, what are you looking for in the draft of next year that makes you not feel comfortable at going to get a splash player? That's something that's gonna solidify you in the AFCs. Like, what's out there that you don't want to give up a first round draft pick? Is it because of money? It maybe it is. Maybe it's a small market team, so they can't really go out and get big player guys and expect them to stay the year after and get paid. That's not how it works. It's a small market team, and they have to work with what they got, unfortunately. So it just is what it is. We got Rasul Douglas. He's a good talent and all that. He's definitely affordable, and he can be cut after this year. He kind of reminds me of EJ Gaines when we got him in a trade, and it really improved our defense. It solidified the secondary just for that year. But then after that, he got hurt, and then that was that. I'm a little optimistic this time around to Rasul Douglas, bro, because he's a dog. He is a dog. I've seen him play. I'm very familiar with him. I like his man-to-man coverage that he did with Savage when he was with the Packers. I feel like it's gonna help our packages a lot in the nickel, and with our pass rush being what it is, it gives him a lot of opportunities to be a playmaker with the ball. So he has proven to be a closer statistically in the fourth quarter with his picks. He's got 6 picks in 2021. He's a baller. I feel like I'm comfortable. I give it about 7.5 though. I give it about 7.5.
Yeah, all 6 of those interceptions were in the fourth quarter of a game.
Yeah,
so
closing, man.
Clutch time to make those plays.
That's what we need them. I mean, our pass rush is just fine, being one of the top dogs, in sacks in the league this year. So I feel like that's what's gonna help him and Hyde and hopefully Poyer and the rest of the secondary to get more picks. Yeah. We need more playmakers.
Yeah, played great football lately. He's kind of dropped a couple interceptions, which Paul, you got to bring those down. But no, me personally, I wasn't really a fan of this trade. I definitely felt like Bean needed to make that splash play because we need it. We're getting down on our numbers with the defense, so I feel like I'm personally willing to sacrifice the future for this season. Like give up a first or second round draft pick to bring somebody in. I wanted to bring Devontae Adams. He doesn't look happy over there in Vegas. I would have been fine to get rid of a Gabe Davis and a second or a third just to bring him in, or get rid of Elam, or maybe Epnesa, which was a touchy subject because Epnesa has been balling, but that's great trade value. You give up Epnesa in the third for a Hunter Renfrow or Devontae Adams or a Cortland Sutton. Yeah, I don't know. I really think that should have been a play that Bean could have played. But, I mean, the way Big Bean plays, he gets the bang for his buck. He's looking for – he likes to shop in the clearance aisle and find that expensive item that everybody overlooked or was buried in a bunch of garbage. That's how Bean shops. And I mean, he always hits in later drafts. So that's why I'm okay with us giving up a first or second round draft pick because he's known to hit on his fifth, sixth, seventh round, even undrafted free agents. So that's my disappointment is that I really wish we would have made that big splash play to get in a game changer, not just a game manager. But with the Rasul Douglas, we didn't really give up much. We pretty much moved two rounds in the draft for him. We gave up a third round draft pick and we got a fifth and we got Douglas. So I'm not mad at that at all. That's a great deal, honestly. And he's second to Jair Alexander. So if you're backing up him, obviously you got to be doing something good. So because if it wasn't for that, he'll be the number one.
Yeah, I feel I feel honestly like again we are a small market team, whether we like it or not. There's not a lot of wiggle room for guys like us in the league, organizations like us in the league, where we can go get big time players. And if you're gonna get, I mean, there was literally no chance in hell we were gonna get Devontae Adams. They literally said it. They were like, "Bro, there's no chance in hell that we're gonna trade this guy." They're stuck. He's stuck there. Whether he likes it or not, he is stuck there. The only way for him to do it is to hold out, man. But at the age of 30, man, you think he's gonna hold out? No, I'm gonna go get that money. I literally just having this conversation with girl. Are you gonna give a shit? Are you gonna give a shit if you're getting paid $31 million and you don't get a ball thrown at you? At some point, he's not gonna care anymore. He cares about winning. He's a dog. He cares about winning. He went there to win. But they messed up the whole situation around that for him.
Now, boy, no, I was saying I was watching the Sabres game. He got in a fight. Yeah, it's still too soon.
Side check over there on the side.
Yeah, right. Got my boy Noah in the building, man. Appreciate the love, man. Let him know. Let Stephen A. Smith. Let me jump on first take real quick and talk my shit.
Listen. The Stephen A's of the world, man. I know we on YouTube and the whole nine, but like, dude, to be honest with you, those guys don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. I'm so tired of them just putting in like just bad content out there, man. Just repeating the same shit all week, man. When I tell you, I get tired of them saying, "Oh, Stephon don't want to be there," and how they gonna trade for this dude, or how they gonna sign Leonard Fournette? And he had a whole beef with. I'm glad they closed that off, by the way, with Shaq and Lenny. They got together and they closed all that. They talk so much crap, like they know something, dude. They don't know nothing. They only know about what they want to know about, and that's that. So if you want to know anything about the Bills, man, you come talk to people like us. You come talk to people like the local news that actually follow the Bills, and they actually know what's going on here. Because you won't know nothing unless you actually do your research.
Right. But no, definitely. So with that, we only made that one play. I mean, we also picked up Leonard Fournette, which I'm okay with. Everybody was talking about bringing Derrick Henry in here. I'm like, maybe we don't necessarily need him, but that would be great for him in the red zone. Punch it right up the middle. Nobody can stop the king. But it all came down to money at the end of the day. I'm not paying 30 something back that's been beating up his whole career. Even though there's not much downfall, Derrick Henry still a decent running back, but I didn't want to pay all that money or give up that much assets for him. And that's my biggest thing with the team. Real quick, this is my biggest gripe with the team. What is our obsession with all these running backs? Why do we have to get so many running backs? Ever since McDermott and Bean came into the Bills, we damn near drafted or picked up a running back every single year. We did it in the draft. We picked up Singletary, then we picked up Moss. Then we get in a whole bunch of free agents where we got Matt Breida, and then who else? We got fucking Tyron Jones and just a bunch of washed up running backs that barely gets on the field. But we get so many running backs through the Bills. Why? We got Josh Allen with the great arm and great legs and a phenomenal quarterback. Why are we not getting him weapons? The only weapons we really got Josh Allen was Stephon Diggs and Kincaid. Yeah, we got Davis, but I mean that just was the next best player in the draft. I mean Who
I
else
feel
was
like they're
on?
just throwing. I feel like they're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that it sticks, man. I mean, they're trying to find somebody to get a spark, but man, when you play running back, you need to get your carries in, and you need to
They're
get your
playing,
touches no matter how you get it.
yeah, they're playing. They're playing against their weaknesses and not playing to their strengths. That's the problem. They say like, oh, we had a bad running game, so let's keep giving running backs instead of we have a phenomenal passing offense with a great quarterback and only one good receiver and a rookie tight end. Why couldn't we just get more players in here? Like, that's just been my biggest gripe. Where I feel like that's been Brandon Bean's biggest neglect and his biggest downfall, that he hasn't fed the best player on the team the way he should have. Where we could have been like a Bengals where we got three great receivers, or been like the Dolphins, you got two dominant number one receivers. Because Hill or Waddle, any other team, they're number one receiver. So that's just been my
Yeah.
biggest gripe. They've neglected Josh Allen for the past 5 years.
I mean, Miami situation was they had a lot of draft picks, they had a lot of money, and they were one of the only people in the league that didn't have a number one receiver. They went and got Tyreek, perfect situation, South Florida boy, the whole nine. They basically put everything on there and just laid out the carpet for him. Jalen Waddle was a good draft pick, so that's just he's still on the rookie
Yeah.
deal, which means you could
And
afford
that's
him.
what I'm saying. Even in the draft, we are neglecting Josh Allen, and we're picking very conservative.
Yeah,
Honestly, like my biggest upset, obviously, is Kyrie Elam, straight bust. And for those who don't know, we shut Kyrie Elam down for the rest of the season. Apparently,
wow.
he got an injury that's been nagging him, and it's been said today in the media that they're
Yeah, I'm
shutting
sure.
Kyrie Elam playing down. He's about to recover, and they're going to reevaluate. Probably that's the
Yeah, I'm
reason why
sure of it.
wasn't
I'm sure
able
of
to
it.
trade him and for the deadline, because nobody would want him because he's washed up. I mean, he's not even washed up. He just started, but he's just haven't been able to produce anything. And as a
Eh,
first round draft,
yeah.
that's a bust right there.
I think there's always gonna be a coach that's gonna think that they could fix him. So there's gonna always be some sucker out there that's gonna want to take. This sucker born every minute. So
Yeah,
somebody's gonna want to take him if he's open and available. I just think if he's really. I mean, I'm not saying that he's faking an injury, but I kind of scoff at those reports, man, because he literally only played a couple games. There's no way, dude. How is he getting hurt, dude? By getting torched? Like I don't understand, like how he's getting hurt out there. So you're not
again,
playing him.
bro.
How you getting hurt?
But shout out to my man Robert. I appreciate you keeping updated on the news. He said Douglas got 31 and Leonard Fournette is number 5. Like I said, dude, I seen the video of him in training camp. I'm like, where did we get this linebacker from? Lenny's looking big, man. So hopefully
Took
he'll
care
be
of
able to
himself.
pound that ball up for those third and fourth and shorts and goal line offenses where we just need a couple yards to get in the end zone and we don't want to use Josh Allen.
Yeah, I like Lenny a lot, man. He took care of himself. He took some time off. First time he took some time off as a big 220 plus pound back, if not more, probably 240 is. He's just as big as Derrick Henry at a point. So
Yeah,
him taking care of himself now, I think that's a good opportunity for him. But it's gonna be a couple weeks before he gets a significant impact.
right. But yeah, that's pretty much the trade deadline. Oh, big splash play was by the Niners. They got Montez Sweat. Um,
The Niners got Chase Young.
yeah.
Yeah,
So we got to
they
watch out
just
for them
slump into
boys.
the Bears.
They're dangerous with Bosa and Montez, and yeah, man, the Niners are already look dangerous with the way McCaffrey been playing. So just toughen up that defense even more. They're gonna be a tough out, man.
Yeah. Then I feel like they're having their own issues over there in San Fran. I think that
Yeah,
them trying to shore up the defense a little bit more is a good thing. Um, I just feel like Chase Young really hasn't played all that well since he been hurt, and maybe they just traded him away just because they didn't want to pay up all that money to him later on. So we'll see how the Niners treat him, because the Niners revived Christian McCaffrey's career just fine. So we're gonna see how
definitely.
we're gonna see how Chase Young goes out with his brother Nick out there. He'll be all right.
We're here, Joey Hatch in the building, nothing but love. Tune in to his Bills Mafia page, the 12th Man Mafia. He'll keep you updated on all the latest news, Bills Mafia. And yeah, so yeah, we've seen that one play when he was playing against the Packers. Josh Allen got in his face, was talking his shit, but now he's on the same team as them, so he's not gonna get torched as much. And hopefully, with our defense we got going on, definitely helps out Dane Jackson, who's been playing great this season. Put him beside Dane Jackson and Saron Johnson. That's definitely an upgrade from what we had. Um, and like Joey said, a big old bag. I don't know if he's 300 pounds. If he's 300 pounds, then man, push that man forward. Push that truck forward. But yeah, like I said, red zone. Let's get those quick and easy yards. And wish Joey Hatch nothing but love and good health. He said he's at the hospital with his wife. She's sick. So yeah, definitely wanted him to jump on, but he had more important issues to handle. So everybody, we wish Joey Hatch good health and speedy recovery. But let's move on to the Bengals game, baby. We got the Bengals coming up this Sunday. It's a night game, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Bengals, yeah, I believe it's an 8 o'clock game. So I believe the Bills are undefeated in Sunday night football. So let's keep that going. Bengals, who did they just play? Didn't they just play the Niners? If you recall. Yeah, they had a phenomenal game. Joe Burrow went 24 for like 30 or something like that. Was real crisp and clean, making 9 passes. Like I said earlier in the show, he got back. The Bengals are back to their form because they started the season 1-3, was looking real awful, getting beat up by a bunch of lesser teams, and now they came back with a 3-game winning streak. And the last 2 games that they played, they won by 30 points, or they scored 30 points. So yeah, Bengals, and this is our next big test besides the Dolphins, which I wouldn't really say. I mean, yeah, the Dolphins is a great team, but that's little bro right there. We kind of already know the Dolphins. It's already gonna be a tough game, but this against the Bengals, this is our real true test coming up in the season. We haven't played any like real dominant teams this season. So coming up this Sunday, we gotta play our A game. We gotta get back to the way we was playing, and that's airing the ball out, keep Josh clean in the pocket, and let him run the offense and see what is open. We need to come back on penalties. I like what we got on defense. It's still bend don't break. We gotta clean up the holes and the gaps and the open zones. But I mean, when you're down this deep in depth players, you can only ask so much from your second and third string players. But at the end of the day, when we get to the red zone, we normally shut them down or make them kick a field goal. The only thing I didn't like about the Bucks game, we left the door open for the Bucks to come back, and it came down to a dropped Hail Mary. Because if Godwin turned around a second sooner, he probably could have caught that, and that would have been game over, man. And that would have been real depressing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go into the Bengals. I think the styles make fights, and they didn't do too well with the Rams. That's all right. Meowing. We're meowing now. I got my daughter here too.
I tell you, my daughter made a little appearance earlier in the show too.
Yeah, she's over there screaming. She's like, "Daddy, open the door! Open the door!" So, yeah, that's my life. Yeah, no, so yeah, so yeah, no, I think the styles make fights, man, and with the spread offense that they have, I don't really feel that they do well in the spread, and we have the weapons to be able to put up actual points against them. They went against the West Coast, a predominantly running team with the 49ers, which is why they could put up 30-something. And it's really exposing their defense too, as far as corners are concerned with the Niners. I feel like that's their only weakness. Their front seven is to not be questioned. Their front seven is legit,
Right.
and it got even more legit with Young. Not to say they didn't beat nobody, but I mean, you look at the Rams, they barely beat the Rams, if that. They really went back and who else did they beat? They beat the Niners, they beat the Rams on Monday night. They had a couple easy wins that really didn't, it really didn't prove to me like they're back. I feel like this is the game that's gonna prove if they're really back. Every team in the league has been had, and every team in the league has lost to a shitty team. The Eagles lost to the Jets. I don't care what people say. That defense is great and all, but dude, they should not be losing to the Jets. If they're a Super Bowl threat and all that stuff like people say, there should not be any type of question as to if they could beat the Jets or not. Niners lost to the Browns to a fifth string quarterback. It's a bad day. It's a bad day.
Like I said, it's any given Sunday because the Chiefs just lost to the Broncos, and it's crazy how they went from allowing 70 points to only allowing 9 points to the Chiefs. So that's crazy.
I actually bet that game. But I bet it a game ahead. So the first go around, I bet that the Broncos would win because I felt like Vegas has this whole like thing set up. So I thought that it was gonna be Upset City, but it ended up being Upset City the other way around. Second meeting. So
yeah.
So I think that it's a big game, but I'll keep my eyes peeled as to how they react to the defense. And you know how the 49ers kind of closed the door on the Cowboys earlier in the season when they bust them like 40-something to 12.
Right.
I feel like this is our Super Bowl this year is versus the Bengals, after what happened last year. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. So definitely a tough game coming up. But if the Bills show up and remember who they are, it shouldn't be that difficult. Everybody was saying in the media, oh, the Bengals got our number. I don't understand how it's going to have our number if we only played them once. We played them once in 2 drives each. They got a drive and we got a drive, and that was it. So I don't understand how the Bengals got a number. Yeah, in that game, that playoff game, they shut us down. We really didn't have an answer for anything. We couldn't stop them on defense, then we couldn't get nothing going on our offense. So it's definitely something that we have to bounce back for the Bills coming up this Sunday. We got to come out firing. We got to let Josh be unleashed. We got to let him be Josh Allen and let him run somebody over. Let him jump over somebody. Let him ball out. Let him get that dog out so we can win that game. Because Bengals, you got Joe Cool over there. Nice, intact, like there's a real structured offense over with them. They got the dick and dunks. They know Joe Burrow isn't really having to put everything on his back to make it. So, like I said, as long as our defense shows up, we got Douglas. He's gonna come out. I mean, shit. Let's jump into the hot and spices right now. Do we get a pick from Douglas debut? I don't know, man. You tell me. What you got?
Stop.
Yeah, Matt over here, man. Appreciate you joining the chat. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a tough game. Yeah, I mean, as long as we're firing on all cylinders from the start to finish, like I said, we got to get to a start like we did when we played the Buccaneers. Just get the ball, run down the field, and score. Let's get that no-huddle offense. Let's get Josh Allen in rhythm. Let him run a little bit, not too much, but let him get those open looks and let him eat. Definitely, I like what we got going on with feeding Kincaid and getting Shakir involved. And we need to get Deontay Hardy more involved as well. Like, I want to see him because he's really shifty. He knows how to make people miss, and he gets those extra yards. So I definitely want to see more of Hardy. I don't know where the hell Sheffield is, but I mean, if there's not enough balls to pass around, then so be it. But I definitely want to see more of Kincaid and Shakir. They looked phenomenal last week. Let's get him more incorporated this week. James Cook had a great game last week. Let's get him into passing more. And then we're going to see what Leonard Fournette has to show in his debut as well. We don't know if he will get a jersey in this game. Maybe they just rock with the 2 running backs with James Cook and Murray. Who knows? So, yeah, man. Final thoughts on the Bengals game coming up.
I think for hot and spicy, I think I'm gonna go with Khalil Shakir going over 100 today. So yeah, I think that what's his stats? I think he's 10 for 10 or 12 for 12 on catches and targets. So every time he catches the ball, so he's a baller, man. I think that keep exposing that. I mean, it's gonna open up Kincaid more. Hopefully, get another touchdown this week. That's pretty much all the hot and spicy I can get. I think a win's a win. However you can get it, you can get it. So
yeah. So my hot spicy real quick. Like I said, I'm calling Bill's debut interception for Douglas. It's gonna come down to one of those plays, and he's gonna that clutch factor that says in his stats, 6 interceptions all in the fourth quarter
I like
of
that.
in 2021. So he's gonna come through clutch with us in the fourth. It's gonna be a close drive. They're gonna march it down the field, and um Joe Burrow's gonna overread his looks, and Douglas gonna pop out of nowhere and take that ball back. Offensive wise, I mean, I don't see how you can stop Kincaid. He's running the tight end offense right now. I mean, you don't got Dawson Knox, you don't got Quentin Morris, Reggie Gilliam not really there. So it's only Kincaid, and spread that offense out and let Kincaid eat under the slot, or let him coming out from the tight end position. Get a little chip, get him out open field, and let him make a play. Because once he got the ball in the hand, he will make a play in the open field. He is going to make a man miss, or he's going to drop somebody. He's going to fight for his yards. So I definitely call another big game from Kincaid, and I don't know. What's a real hot and spicy? I mean, we already know Stephon is going to get his. I don't expect a huge game from him, but he's still going to get his. I'm thinking like, 70, 80 yards, 6, 7 catches, touchdown maybe. But James Cook, I feel like James Cook is owed a big game. He needs to come out and just run strong. You see what the Bills are doing. They don't trust you because they keep bringing in new running backs. They brought 2 running backs on the offseason with Murray and Damian Harris. Unfortunately, he's out. And then now they got Leonard Fournette in the building. So that, I don't know. I always wondered what goes on in people's heads when they are drafted or the team picks up somebody for their position. You're like, oh, I thought I was the number one. And you're bringing this guy in? Now I need to stand out because to show them this is my backfield.
They need to know why.
I'm definitely expecting.
They need to know why they're picking up.
But
like it's a marathon,
right?
This is a marathon. You know, we're halfway done. You know, a little. Well, I think halfway done. Week 8, week 9. So, we're a little over halfway there. I feel like in the playoffs, James Cook's definitely gonna be the running back to take that offense to new heights in the playoffs. He'll be the number one back come then. But I feel like the Bills are honestly figuring themselves out now, and I feel like Dorsey should be the one calling those plays 100% of the way, not 50. Oh, yeah. One thing before I get off of this, because I got some duties I got to deal with.
Got you.
So I said on the last podcast, I put a comment in there that the Josh Allen was like a project quarterback, right? And I heard your cousin, you know, he was like, yo, like I'm not understanding like what he means by that. I kind of wish I got so I'm gonna say it now. So I think that, you know, when you think about it in perspective, Josh Allen came out of Wyoming. It's not, you know, it's not LSU, it's not
a school, yeah.
It's not somebody, you know, Nick Saban didn't coach guy, Sweeney didn't coach him. You know, no, you know, Lane Kiffin or, you know, he didn't come out of a predominantly high level school where he's touted to be a number one prospect, you know, like nothing but Baker Mayfield, you know, or like obviously Joe Burrow, players like that have high IQ for the game, that you could put the game in their hands and they'll give you the answer right then and there. They're not always thinking about making the play. Josh Allen is a 6'5", 242-pound quarterback that they prototyped. It's if you were to build a quarterback, that's what that is. So if you were to give me that coach, and you say I'm going to give him the best coaching I possibly find for him that could match his personality, make him. Brian Dable was that guy.
Oh yeah.
So at that point, they're like, okay, yo, you giving me somebody that can toss the ball over the field, somebody I can spread the ball around with. They're saying he's inaccurate. It's not inaccurate. He had nobody to throw to.
I definitely agree with your. Now he's already been proving himself. But back then, yeah, I would say he was a project quarterback because it took some time. He had I wouldn't say horrible, but he definitely had a bad rookie season. But he showed flashes of what he can do. Look at rookie year against the Vikings. He jumping over Anthony Barr. Like, who does that as a rookie? He's running over the field for touchdowns. He's tossing the bitch up 50 yards down the field and scoring. But he also had a shit ton of interceptions and fumbles and a lot of inaccurate passes. So, yeah, at that Yeah, definitely a project quarterback. You got Dable and McDermott was able to coach him up properly. You got Stephon Diggs in the building. You got Cole Beasley, and then you built around him, and then he
People
became.
that know how to get open. People that know how to get open. You're not. I feel like you're not giving him a rookie, and then he's making the rookie look sweet.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
right.
saying? Like if he's a quarterback like a Joe Burrow, like somebody that's smart for the game, that knows how to get you open, as opposed to giving him the greatest receivers he could possibly find him, so that way they can get open, so he could just toss them the ball. That's what it looks like in my perspective. So
Mm-hmm.
when I see him do plays like trying to roll right and then getting sacked instead of throwing the ball away and just living to fight another day, that's something Aaron Rodgers would
Like
do.
that
Because Aaron
interception,
Rodgers
he
is a smart quarterback.
right.
But he tries to force a lot of stuff, which is why he ends up with the sacks, the
He has,
fumbles, the interceptions.
that's just the type of Josh Allen is. He has to make a play every play, and that is one of his downfalls. But that's also one of his biggest benefits because
Yes, you
like
have to live with it.
you want him look at you want him to throw the ball away and just live another down, but then you don't get those plays against the Patriots and Jets where he's running to the sideline, jumps out of bounds, and still throws a dime across his chest across field to where the way he jumping, you got three defenders, but somehow you threw it to open Gabe Davis. Like you don't get plays like that with a conservative Josh Allen. So it's like you got to give and take. Like, and honestly, I'm okay with a game like last week where you're throwing for over 300 yards, a couple touchdowns. Yeah, interception that really never should have happened, but or a stupid fumble because you're a little too aggressive. But honestly, the way Josh Allen balls, I will take that. I will take a 3 touchdown, 300-yard game and a turnover or two any day. Just if the defense can respect that and keep them in the game like they kind of been doing this season.
It's modern day Brett Favre numbers, man. When you say stuff like that, like I think that I'm not gonna sit there and complain and say, oh, he needs to stop trying to be a playmaker. No, you gotta let him be him, like you said. You gotta let him be him. Let him ball. And if he throws a pick, he throws the pick. But you gotta be okay with it because that's what you signed up
Yeah,
for. That's the player that he is.
right.
So
But yeah, we already at the 50 minute mark, man. Great episode. I definitely appreciate you jumping in the show, man,
yeah,
giving us
for
your
sure.
thoughts. And man, I'm telling you, man, great show. Great show as always, man. Always love you giving your time up to jump on the show, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now I'm gonna have to deal with the
So
repercussions.
before we let, yeah, let's get a quick Josh Allen stat line, man.
I'm gonna say 23, 23 for 29, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Okay,
About
got you. I like it.
290.
Go ahead.
290. I'll get
Cool,
290.
cool. I got Josh Allen. It's gonna be a shootout. Josh Allen's gonna match the energy. Oh, score! Oh, and power. Let's get it. Sabres are up 3-2 in the third. We got what 16:59, so pretty much 17 minutes left in the third. Sabres up 2-3 or 3-2. So let's get it. Big dubs over here. Back to the Bills. I got Josh Allen stat line. Like I said, it's gonna be a shootout. It's just two elite quarterbacks that's about to go back to back. Josh Allen got something to prove because of what happened last year, and Joe Burrow got something to prove because he wants to get back to the Super Bowl, and he hasn't been playing good this season. So it's going to be a great matchup. I got Josh Allen 380 something. I got 32 for 45 and two turnovers, maybe 2 picks, maybe a pick and a fumble, maybe 2 fumbles. But I feel like he might give up the ball twice. One of them may not be his fault, but I got 2 turnovers, 3 touchdowns, maybe an additional rushing. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be back and forth. It's gonna come down to the fourth quarter where Josh Allen gets the ball, marches down the field, gets up. I don't know, or what? The Bengals are up trying to get that last touchdown to seal the deal, and our boy Douglas, the new Bills man, gets that
Man,
interception, and Allen marches down the field to get our game-winning touchdown.
I just really hope that they don't chew us up with Joe Mixon. That's really like
It's gonna,
that's
it's gonna
that's really
happen.
really gonna be the problem because a lot of the time, with these when they respect the pass game, they try to kill you with the run game and then they kill you with possession time. Next thing you know, you're trying to rush it. I feel like if they get ball first, if the Bengals get ball first, that's the game plan. And then if you're the Bills, you get the ball first, you try to just put it in there and try to score. You try to score as many points as you can in this game. You got to put this shit away quick. Because if you don't, you keep them in there because they're a slow starting team. They're strong.
Mhm.
Gotta stay on top of it all game. This time you gotta stay on all game.
Joey, you're bugging over here. You're talking about Leonard Fournette rush for 200 yards. Golly.
I need to see what's going on, dog, because I need to be on
But
that right
man, but if Leonard Fournette suits up, if Leonard Fournette suits up, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a touchdown. He's gonna get a nice little 2-3 yard touchdown. I guarantee you. But yeah, there you have it, man. Great show. Like I said, appreciate you spending your time with us and getting us your thoughts on the Bills, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Buck up.
But there you have it, folks. Another episode of Mafia Talk. It's my boy Harry Burgos in the building. Julian J. Mafia. You're watching Mafia Talk. As always, go Bills.
Embrace it, fellas. No group I'd rather go to war with than the ones right here, man. Love y'all. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
We love you, Josh, man. Go Bills.